Welcome to the Oregon Fly Fishing Blog. Tony Torrence here. Today we're going to tie Lance Egan's red dart. Very cool little fly. Just a attractor pattern for nymphing. I'll get a C400 BL in a size 12. And this is a size that we do fish a lot. It's not just because I'm shooting video. I need a little bigger pattern. Excuse me, 10s, 12s, 14s. I know that he ties it down to a 16 as well. 4 wraps of lead wire in .015, and I'm just going to cram that right up into that bead, lock the bead in place. Red thread. This is Vivus 10-0. I'm going to build a little dam behind the lead and then just cover up that lead wire. Then I'll slide this back. Let me adjust this hook just a little bit out. And bring this back to the bend of the hook. Got some, I've stripped off some Chinese saddle hackle fibers in red and failed to set them on the first time, so let's try that again. So lay that in there, bring it over. And that tail's a little long, which is easy to do on this pattern after I've tied a few of them. You don't need a terribly long tail. The tail should be from here to about there, which is about where the body length would be. Bring that up, snip it off right behind where it would meet the lead wire just to keep body symmetry. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, next I'm going to tie in some sulky silver metallic, which is actually a pearl. This is a something you can get at your local fabric store. This is what he uses for the ribbing. It's a little kinky to work with. It's really fine, and it makes a really interesting effect when it's ribbed through. You can also use the micro Flashaboo, which works as well. But trying to stay true to the pattern, I scrounged up the real McCoy. And then we're going to use some 6X mono for the ribbing, or the counter ribbing. So I'll get that started, and these will both come right down the side. I'm not going to go all the way back yet until I get ready to dub. The body is peacock ice dub, and this stuff is a little hard to get on the thread in a really fine configuration, so you lay a few strands on, or, and I'll hold this up here, you just break off little bits and put that on at a time to get a fine noodle. Both works. When you break it off and try to get it, you will lose a little bit. It's inevitable to the fly tying desk. And let me just get this all dubbed up so we're ready to go. Pressing really hard to get that material to adhere on itself and make a nice noodle. Then I come back and start right back at the bend of the hook. And try to build a decent taper as you come up. And then leave a little bit of space behind the bead to get your hackle and stuff in. Again, I will use my rotary, which only recently did I really start using this, when I noticed that a lot of my ribs were kind of ugly and uneven when working with especially this sulky material. And I'll just bring that up and through the body about 5 turns or so, evenly spaced. Tie that off. And then with the mono, I'm not as concerned how even it is, so I'm just going to bring it right on up through. It's my counter rib, just to lock everything in place so it doesn't come undone. I do make a turn right behind the head with the mono and then fold it back and make 2 more turns to lock it down so that there's no chance of that pulling. The hackle is a badger hen hackle, or not badger, furnace. Turn, and then I will take that tag and pull it back and snip it off. This one's long enough, I'm not even going to use my hackle pliers if I can do without it. And then fold that back, and it's about, you don't want to get the hackle too heavy on this fly, so 1 turn would probably be enough. I'm going to put 2 turns on and you can see what it looks like. Boy, I'm having a heck of a time today. There we go. And then check your hackle. That all looks good. So I got my furnace hackle in there. And then it takes a little collar of Ice Dub UV Pink. And don't get too carried away with this, just enough to create a hot spot. Put just a little bit more on there. And try not to push your hackle back down. It's a little much, so I'm going to pop some of this off. Did exactly what I told you not to do. So here we go. Get that last wrap on there. There we go. And then last step is a little bit of zap-a-gap on the thread. I just started doing this and it just works fabulously. And then I'm going to create a second little hot spot with the red thread right up there against that pink. So 3, 4, snug her down tight. And there you have Lance Egan's Red Dart, another one of our local favorite patterns to run behind a hopper dropper setup. And the other thing I want to mention is you can go to a 5/32 bead on the size 12 and 02 lead. It looks a little bit albatrossy, for lack of a better description, but it gets down quickly and it makes a really good point fly if you're double running 2 nymphs on a Euro setup. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.